Okay, so rest in peace, the Infernal Church. It was deleted 3 days ago. Whenever Wednesday was, it's Saturday now. 3 days ago. Wait. 4 days. 4 days. It was deleted 4 days ago. So the Infernal Church was the creation of two people who merged two Discord servers into one. Baffy Myers with his Temple of the Seven Infernal Realms, and Ayan with his Platonic Church. They met in like 2020 on a different Satanism server, and so, yeah. And I don't really know the details, but they merged. And so I joined Baffy's server in 2021, and we, the first day I was there, me and Baffy had a voice chat. Got on a voice chat and just talked for like 2 hours, and that was fun. Then kind of waited, then kind of kept doing that for some months. Then I had to go for a few weeks, and then in I think February of that year, the Infernal Church opened. And also in February, it was the first time I contacted Shane Bugby. Believe me, I might be scatterbrained, but this all comes up and merges. I was 15, Baffy was 15. I'm a few months older than Baffy, and so that started, and then Baffy disappeared for a bit there. He had some personal things to take care of. And then like after like 2 months, he came back, and then that's when I'd say the Infernal Church really kind of started, because we had, we'd hop on and just talk for hours on end and stuff on that server. And so, oh, I got a text, my boyfriend. I had something to drink before this, fuck off. Then, we kind of just, I was already kind of in contact with Shane Bugby, and, we kind of were just cruising along for those first few months. It was kind of just getting started. Then that early June, we decided to do the first restream of the infamous 24-hour Might is Right special. And Shane had already followed me on Instagram, so when I posted it, he saw it, and he said, wild. I have the whole interaction saved somewhere. I'll pull it up eventually, and release it probably next year for the Sabbath zine I do then. Yeah, then we just kind of started the what we called the Summer of Bugby. The Summer of Bugby was basically just us going through a whole bunch of Shane's old podcasts and radio shows and stuff. So, we started with, obviously, as I said, the Infernal Church special. Then we went to Radio Jihad. Then we did Crimecast. Then we did ABC's. Actually, I think we might have done ABC's after. Then, we just kept doing more and more. And, that led, we'd started planning after the first restream of Might is Right special. We started planning our own special called the Infernal Church special. And so, in July of this is 2022 still, of that year, we'd gotten Shane Bugby to do an interview. We also got Joseph Rose of the Hail Satan podcast to do an interview. And we did our own 24-hour show. It's called the Infernal Church special. It was really fun. I actually got sick the day before and missed like the first 12 hours. It kind of sucked, but I was listening in the whole time. And then I kind of fell asleep for a few hours, and then I woke up and I felt fine, and then joined in. So, and the finale was interviewing Shane Bugby, which was great. It's, you can find the recording. The interview was like 3 hours. It was amazing. Like, it was just one of the, I still think it's one of the best interviews I've done. And then, that kind of took off, and then a few months later, it was kind of a domino effect that led to a few months later in September, Shane doing an anniversary stream on YouTube, and also to the Infernal Church, of the Might is Right special. He did an anniversary where, he came back, and it was him and Rev Avi from demonism.org. It's a really interesting stream. He actually got, and you can actually find it on YouTube, it's also got what is supposed to be the last interview with Carlo LaVey on there. And then, that happened. The Infernal Church was, I'd say, largely, in part, responsible for that happening. I don't think it would have happened if we hadn't started doing our messing around. Then, we just kind of kept doing stuff, and then, the Infernal Church, it was and still is supposed to be an education and discussion server for Satanism, and that's what it was for the last 2 years. I kind of headed all the education bits. I still do. And then, it kind of, it just continued on that. I interviewed Shane a few more times, and then, in January of 2023, I think it was like the 1st of January, Shane approached us, me and Baffy, to help him do a book, which you can now find. It's the founding of the Satanic Temple, Their Secrets Revealed. It's a really, really comprehensive book on why the Satanic Temple is full of shit, And so after that, we worked on the book for, I'd say, a good 3-4 months, and it's on Amazon now. You can find it. It's been taken off a few times. Not sure why yet. There was never any consistent reason, but we did that. Then that summer, starting on April 20th, we did some Summer of Blood. The first thing we did was I wanted to do a Columbine special, so we did exactly that. We did this 11-hour stream of just news footage from the day. There's a 6-hour compilation on YouTube of just news footage from the Columbine massacre, and a bunch of other things on Columbine that day. Then, the Summer of Blood happened, the book, and it's, this was back when it was still the Sex, Lies, Useful Idiots stuff, came out over the summer, and, the Infernal Church ran smoothly. It kept doing what it was doing, but then, the year started up, because, we were both in school at the time, 2023, so basically, it happens like this. 2022, we're sophomores in high school. That summer, we're sophomores going into junior year. 2022 to 2023, we're juniors. Then 2023 to 2024, we're seniors. And so, we were doing this. I can't tell you any other people our age that were doing this, except for Zolf and stuff. And then, we were kind of just like, well, and then, it ran smoothly. We did many more events. We did a whole, the Summer of Blood. We did, then we would just sporadically stream, movies. We did a whole Saw stream where we just streamed all the Saw movies. The Saw movies are great. But, all good things must come to end, and, Baffy kind of went offline for a few months, and, he has a life, I think it was good, he graduated, I graduated, then, he just stayed offline, and I can respect that, and eventually he And then, on Wednesday, he deleted his Discord account. I think he kind of wants to move away from all this. I'm not sure. I'm not going to speak for him. I hope he's doing well and wish him luck on his future endeavors. Maybe we'll do something again Sunday. I don't know. If we start talking again, which if Baffy you're watching this, I'd love to. And then, so that happened. And, he deleted his Discord account, and as a result, I don't know whether he did it on purpose, deleted the Infernal Church. And so now we've restarted, and the Infernal Church 1 is dead. Aside from the screenshots, the Infernal Church special, and the other things we streamed and recorded on there, there were about 4 interviews with Shane Bugbee conducted on there that are recorded. There are quite a bit. There's just a bunch of stuff that you can find as remnants. But, he's out of the picture now, and I hope he's doing well. I haven't talked to him since Wednesday, and I don't think that it'll happen anytime soon. I'd love it if it did. But, it is what it is. And so, yeah, the Infernal Church, as it was, is dead. But luckily we had a backup server, so Ann is setting that up, and we're doing the best we can to revive it and hopefully create something new and better, because frankly there was some stuff wrong with the original one. Like, we had way too many channels, that most of which kind of were unnecessary. We had 3 discussion channels. 3, like, we only really need maybe 1 or 2. And yeah, the Infernal Church is gone, and now we're rebuilding. So that's really what this whole 12-minute rambling of history has been about. So yeah, there we go.